Alright, this is kind of a response, or in addition to M13's video about how motorcyclists, young kids, are required to get their moped license and ride mopeds for the first couple years before they get a car. And also, Defobra talked a little bit about the issues facing the, I mean, I'm kind of abridging what he said, but the issues facing the demachoizing of America by utilizing girly cars such as the Prius. I'm totally taking it out of context, but I'm kind of adding my own little slant, my own little opinion to it. Because the reality is, guys, is that we have cars, and lots of them, and then the alternative is to come out with an electric car or a smart car. And those are teeny tiny little petite things that are a little hard for a guy like me to digest, to consume. I've been tempted, but it really just kind of comes down to, that's a great car if my wife's into it. Not so much for me. But that's not really the problem. The real problem is that we just have a lot of cars on the road. There's too many. I mean, right now, not a lot, but this is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Everybody's eating their lunch, headed back to the office, and that's just the way it is. So, I don't know why I'm not filtering here, or lane splitting, but whatever. Make sure nobody's gonna run me over. We're good. We're good. So, the recent data that I pulled from the Washington Post when I was, I have to read it for one of my classes, is that there are 13 cars per 1,000 people, eligible drivers in the country of India. And then in China, there is about 35 to 40 or so cars per 1,000 eligible individuals. And then in America, there's 800 of 1,000. 80% of 1,000. I mean, we just blow those guys away from like 3.5% or 1.3%. We're talking 80% of Americans drive cars. Now, yes, we might have a little bit more in the past. We've had more of an economic, momentum going that allowed us to purchase more cars, but it's really also a cultural thing. We are kind of like the country of cars. Like, we have Milwaukee and the auto industries and the bailouts for the auto industry and so on. We're a country that loves cars, and I like cars. I like cars a lot. I've owned too many. But the plain fact of the matter is that there's just too many cars. So we need to combat this somehow. We need to, let people know that this alternative right here, motorcycling, that we're not a bunch of thugs running around with helmets that, like, I'm not packing an Uzi or a shotgun. I might look like a Harley thug on the outside, but on the inside, I'm just a nice guy. Well, kind of nice guy. A nice guy who likes to cut in front. I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on this? 80% of Americans have a car for that individual. I have a car, my wife has a car, soon my stepson's gonna have a car. I only know of a few families that only have, husband and wife share a car. And they seem kind of miserable. But I mean, they prefer that lifestyle. They've chosen that lifestyle. And you know what? I support them in that. At least now I do. I used to tell them all the time, you guys should get a second car. You guys wouldn't have this problem. But they're really ultimately saving us from a future problem, which is using up all the oil. No more. It's all go bye-bye. And the prices are just going to keep going up, guys. I mean, as long as we keep consuming it, and here in the United States, I mean, we consume it. We make everybody else look like they're on some crazy diet with oil. And we're just loading the sour cream and the, all the fixins on all of our food. And that's metaphor for our oil consumption, I guess. Anyways, guys, we're using too much oil. We've got way too many cars. We've got some motorcyclists out here, but we need more. We need to see alternative modes of transportation utilized. Don't you think? Or maybe I'm totally wrong. I mean, this is part opinion, part, you know, data being shared. But, whoa, bugs. I just went through a swarm of bees. And, well, that was fun. Let me see if I can get all these bees off of me. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I'm glad I closed my visor. I think I closed it just in time. I haven't been stung yet. But, that was no fun. Here I am talking about a need for more motorcycles on the road as I'm getting hit by a swarm of bees. I had the one on my shoulder, but other than that, I'm not really seeing any. But I'll talk to you guys later. I'm gonna take care of this little bee situation. Ride safe, and don't let that swarm of bees confuse you on buying a motorcycle. As you can see, I'm still standing. All's good. Talk to you later. Keep the rubber on the road. Stay safe.